So I recently got to look inside a Bandmaster, a 65 Bandmaster that had been modded by Dumble himself in the 70s here in Santa Cruz. In that Bandmaster, there was this little addition on a little 3-terminal strip that kind of baffled me at first. And I was looking at it, until I was on a call with Yele at Welligan Amps. He was like, yeah, I bet if you look under there, you'll see a 10K going to ground. He was right. It's a common configuration in the Dumble schematics. So to see one just sort of in the wild like that, just plugged in, I think that's pretty rare. And it was sounded cool. It made the amp sound cleaner, warmer, rounder, and figured I'll put it in my Bassman. So what I did was I traded my bright switch for, I took the bright cap out completely, and so instead of bright, up is not bright, it's just normal. And then if you go down, you get that deep circuit engaged. I'm going to put the terminal there, so the circuit will kind of live in this space. And then it's going to get connected to the switch, and then to the, I think to terminal 3 on the base and the middle of the volume. We're just going to totally pull out this deep, the bright switch. I've really never used the bright switch. Anyway, so that's what's going to happen. We're going to swap switches physically, because I need the one with the 6 poles, and then get rid of the bright cap completely, build this little Dumble Deep circuit, and mount it to the board, or whatever, the chassis, nice and grounded, and then wire it to the switch. And it needs to go completely to the switch and then out, because if I did it the way the bright switch is, like half of it is connected here, and then the switch either brings it in or out, that would still be filtering the base pot would still be connected to ground through that circuit all the time. Be like sort of in the circuit already. So I need to send both wires to the switch and then over, so it totally breaks the connection. So normal is it's just floating. Okay, here you can see I have disconnected and changed the switch from this one to over here, and that one is reconnected. I know that ground down there looks pretty ugly, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. All right, so I have to build the deep circuit and get ready to stick it in there. Okay, it's kind of funny, but this is very similar to the way that this was built in the Bandmaster that I looked at. I couldn't find a 1M, so you see I have those 2.2 M's strapped together on the back here. When they're parallel like that, you don't add them together, you divide them, or they subtract. I don't know. Anyway, 2, those are 2.2 meg resistors, which makes that the same as a 1 meg. Okay, and then they go across the 2 outside lugs here, and the 0.01 capacitor also goes across the 2 outside legs, so that's parallel. And then this 10K here, the one by my thumb, that just goes from one side to the middle. And the middle is going to be the ground down here, where it's going to be bolted to the chassis. And then this far side, I've left that top eyelet open, and that's where the 270K resistors go off in either direction to the base and volume pots. Now, just kind of on accident, I ordered these 270Ks are 2 watts. They're just gigantic. And I'm going to use them anyway. I also kind of used this giant 0.01 capacitor here. I could have used this cute little one. Would have been simpler. But we're going big dogs for no real reason, except that I accidentally ordered these. I don't think there will be a problem. In fact, using higher wattage resistors here would have less insertion loss by being a larger thing, and whatever, this is what I ordered. I'm just going to solder this together as it is, add these big honkers, both of them coming off here. We need to add wire to those. Maybe I don't need wire, maybe there's enough lead to just use the lead. Yeah, I'll just use the leads. So it'll be kind of point-to-point style there. All right. Do you guys actually want to watch me solder stuff? I mean, let me know in the comments. I mean, I'm doing it anyway, but just a little tip here. I have figured out that just rubbing my soldering tip on this rubber mat comes out pretty clean, nice and sparkly. So I've been doing that for, well, about 10,000 hours. All these things are mechanically connected and then soldered. So good enough, right? Okay, coming together, we've got it bolted to the chassis, and the leads are sticking out, and they just need to go, they just need to get connected down to this switch here. So 4 more connections to make. Okay, there it is. I've got my very own Dumble style deep circuit, and it's wired to my switch here, so I can switch it in and out. Where's the switch? There we go. Switch it in and out. So I don't have a bright cap anymore. I never use the bright cap. Okay, as is tradition, I'm going to film my first power up. Do not touch inside of there when this gets turned on. Plugging into the current limiting bulb. Oops, should have checked those are off. Okay, I just plugged into a speaker here, and let's switch it on. Nothing. Okay, I think I need to turn this on first. All right, switching on. I've changed a lot of things in here, so something could be wrong. It could blow. We have pilot light. We have heaters. And no smoke. Everything looks all right. Turn the volumes down. Here comes standby. That was a normal sounding on. I can tell that there's sound coming out. I'm gonna try the guitar. That switch might be already on. We definitely have the deep switch in function right now. All right, gotta be careful because this thing is on and open. But as you can see, the tubes look healthy with the new sockets. Not sure how much I documented that, but I just replaced both those sockets, which included rewiring all of those things, putting those resistors on there, and screwing them in, and everything seems okay. We've got the new carbon comp resistors that I replaced in this area, and then the special, there's the new Dumble circuit added in there on that terminal strip. Those giant 2-watt resistors, which was not intentional, but I think it's fine. See that lead sticking off the switch in there is pretty long, but I decided to leave it. It's not going to touch anything. But it works. Lots of repairs and lots of work done. Pretty encouraging at this point to be able to do all this type of work inside here. I think it's pretty cool, right? This is cool, man. Cool stuff. Okay, so let's just listen to the samples. Anyway, I think it's a pretty cool mod, and anybody can do it. It's pretty convenient if you see the way that you just need to put a 3-terminal strip. You can use that transformer screw bolt right there, and you can just tag it into the switch. You can do it the way I did. There's a lot of other ways. I think what might be nice would be a push-pull pot on the bass knob.